Time now for the morning rush, and we start with Kristen Curry.
Good morning. Still looking for some leftover snow showers over southwest Colorado in our northern mountains. Accumulation light, though. I don't expect anything here in the metro. We'll watch the Continental Divide for perhaps a few more spot showers, but for the most of us, it's just going to be that partly sunny sky with temperatures at just above average, especially further off to the east. Sarah?
6 children who went missing nearly 2 weeks ago are now in state custody after being found safe over the weekend. Their mother, Genevieve Fazio, has been arrested and taken to the Navajo County Jail in Holbrook, Arizona. The mother of 6 is accused of taking off with her 6 kids after allegedly beating and sexually assaulting her 14-year-old son. According to an arrest warrant, Fazio punished her son by pulling on his genitals, punching, kicking, and biting him. The boy was able to escape the home and run to a police station. Crystal?
This morning, 5 Bernalillo County elected officials are starting a new career, while others are beginning new terms this morning. They were all sworn in at the historic Highland Theater yesterday. Commissioner Maggie Hart-Stebbins of District 3 and Commissioner Lonnie Talbert of District 4 were re-elected. Stephen Michael Casada will now represent District 2. A new county clerk and a new treasurer also took the oath of office. Meanwhile, dozens of new faces, new laws, they will soon take over across the nation. The biggest change in just 3 weeks, President-elect Donald Trump will take the oath of office. A new Congress convenes on Tuesday. Nevada is one of 4 states, along with Maine, Massachusetts, and California, that voted to legalize recreational pot in the year ahead, bringing the total number of states with such laws to 8. On to some breaking overnight news. ISIS now claiming responsibility for that deadly attack at a popular nightclub in Turkey. This morning, a massive manhunt is underway for the gunman who opened fire, killing at least 39 people, 70 others left wounded, including at least 1 American. No word on a motive at this time. Also, CNN is reporting they cannot independently confirm that ISIS is behind this attack. This morning, the Coast Guard will continue searching for a plane that vanished over Lake Erie near Cleveland on Thursday. Police still receiving multiple reports of debris washing ashore, including a paper bag. The aircraft had 6 people on board, including a family of 4 and their neighbors. Another family member says they all went to a Cleveland Cavaliers game as a treat for the holidays. The FAA and the National Transportation Safety Board are investigating how 2 planes collided in midair near Dallas, leaving 3 people dead. The Aero Country Airport does not have a traffic air control, and the 2 small planes were flying under visual flight rules at the time of the New Year's Eve collision. The victims' names have not been released at this time. This morning, more than a dozen people are facing drunk driving charges in New Mexico after law enforcement say they arrested them on New Year's Eve, 2 of them in the Albuquerque area. State police arrested 11. Many people we spoke to say they were surprised to see the number so low. However, state police say 1 drunk driver is still one too many. APD tells us they only arrested 2 people for drunk driving last night. This morning, security will be heightened for today's annual Rose Parade in Pasadena, California. It's traditionally held on New Year's Day, except when the holiday falls on a Sunday. Police set up barriers and closed roads along the parade's 5.5-mile route. 700,000 people are expected to attend. Kristen?
Today's Metro Threat Index up to a 3. We'll be watching for some patchy fog this morning, as well as some chilly morning temperatures. Most of us at or even below freezing this morning. This afternoon, though, looks good. Partly sunny sky and warmer temperatures back to the upper 40s. Crystal?
New at 6, President-elect Donald Trump will be briefed this week by intelligence officials on links between Russia and cyber attacks aimed at interfering with the U.S. election. Trump says he's still not convinced Russia is responsible, alluding to having insider information that he will share in the next few days. Over the weekend, President Obama ordered his team to modernize technology at the White House, including new computers and faster internet. On to new overnight news. 35 Russian diplomats ordered to leave the U.S. by President Obama are now back home as of 6 o'clock this morning. Obama expelled them and ordered new sanctions on Russian spy agencies for alleged Russian hacking of political sites during the November presidential election. President Obama also shut down 2 Russian compounds in Maryland and in New York. New at 6, new research shows why it may be so hard to keep those New Year's resolutions when it comes to weight loss and exercise. Scientists found chemical signs in the brains of obese mice that may encourage inactivity. The study concluded that people who are overweight may find it harder to get active because of a chemical imbalance.
All right, let's take a look at traffic this morning. A lot of us taking the holidays, so not many of us out on the roadways just yet. We actually look pretty good. I-25 and I-40 both moving at posted speeds. Surface streets moving well. as well. We'll send things back to Crystal.
Some sad news for Denver fans. The Broncos are out of the playoff picture, and today head coach KRQE is expected to officially address his situation about possibly retiring. Rumor has it he told his team following yesterday's win that he is retiring mainly due to health reasons. We'll stay on top of that story for you. On to news happening today. If you're trying to figure out what to do with your Christmas tree, you can tree cycle it starting this morning. Albuquerque residents can recycle their trees for free. All you have to do is remove everything from it, then drop it off at one of the 3 locations around the city. Homeowners can then pick up the mulch, use it for their landscapes. There will also be marked containers for some Christmas lights that maybe got damaged this year. This morning, several local groups are thanking some daring souls who started the new year by jumping into some very chilly water. It was all part of the polar bear plunge at the Jewish Community Center yesterday. Entry fees benefited the 1082 fund that helps families of injured first responders. The water, get this, was a chilly 50 degrees. That's kind of cold. Finally, 2016 and 2017 already proven memorable for at least one Phoenix family. Holly Shea gave birth to twin boys, minutes apart. It's not unusual, right? What is unusual is one of the boys was born at 11:51 p.m. New Year's Eve. The second baby was born at 12:01 a.m. New Year's Day, meaning one has a birthday in 2016, the other in 2017.
Oh, man. And
so what do you do?
That one sibling's going to hold it over the other's head for the rest of
The
their
older sibling?
life. Yeah.
You got to wait till next year, brother.
Baby, that's so cute.
All right, time now for the 5 facts.
We'll start with number 5. Most of you may be tired of hearing about Pokemon Go, but we've got a good reason to bring up the popular game this morning. A group of local Pokemon Go players are now 3 months into fundraising, combining their love for the game and charity. The group holds events and lures parties to play the game and raise money and goods. So far, they've donated about $1,000, tons of canned food, clothes, toys, and toiletries to those less fortunate.
On to number 4, new details this morning. AFD will continue investigating a house fire. Officials are saying, though, they believe a couple of dogs might be to blame. The fire sparked inside the garage of a southeast Albuquerque home. No one was home except for those 2 dogs. They were able to escape out of a doggy door. Officials believe they may have bumped over a heater.
At number 3, mostly dry today. Temperatures back to the upper 40s. We'll be watching for increasing wind and a few snow showers left over the mountain areas.
Number 2, a man behind bars this morning accused in 2 separate shootings, one deadly. 33-year-old Caleb Calandro is now locked up in a Santa Fe County jail, facing serious charges. Police say the first shooting left 37-year-old Rustin Radcliffe dead. The one later on that day, police say Calandro shot Sam Dillon. They say an anonymous tip helped them track Calandro down in Albuquerque just last week. That brings us to number 1, breaking overnight news. An Albuquerque mom is now in custody, and the 6 children police deemed missing are now safe. We brought you this story as breaking news on Friday. Police say Genevieve Fazio took off with her 6 kids, sparking a statewide manhunt. Police now saying that she is in custody at the Navajo County Jail in Holbrook, Arizona. Last report is the children are in CYFD custody and will soon be brought back home to New Mexico.